Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back, of course, to the Time Bomb channel with myself, a Bombardier. Very much appreciate your view today and hope all is good with you in your part of the world. So today we've got a rather special and an exciting watch on the channel. We're going to be looking at the GW-5000U-1JF, and these watches, well, the 5000s are, I think, for many, the one G-Shock watch to rule them all. All you need to do is to read a few G-Shock blogs, and the die-hard fans there will, all tell you that they're absolutely mad in love with this particular model. To me personally, what appeals to me about them is that I think that the dial design and layout, sorry, just get the rustle the plastic, the muted, I'll shut up, wait for it to finish. The muted color palette that they've chosen on these things is just, it's ridiculously cool. The G-Shock Square to me is the epitome of digital watches. It's the quintessential design for digital watches. It's just represents the design concept and the history and everything behind digital watches. So I'm just going to pause there and zoom in a little bit. Yeah, I mean, so what I was rambling on about there is I just think that our Japanese cousins have a flair for design, and I think when they created these things, they just set themselves apart from all other watch manufacturers. I've yet to see anybody really achieve anything close to what they've done. So I bought this particular watch, as I mentioned before, so just give you the hang tag reference there. I bought this one from Ippo Watch Japan. I'll throw a link to them down below, primarily because if you use the code Duncan, it'll give you a 2% discount. Now, I'm not affiliated with these guys. They simply offered that code to me for no return when I suggested that I reviewed a watch that I bought from them. I also bought from them because they were cheaper than Amazon Japan. Primarily because their prices include international shipping, and that helps massively for us over here in the UK when we're trying to get our hands on these Asia only models. Bit of frustration there, but I'm sure again if you've an interest in G-Shocks and that, you'll understand what I'm talking about. So this being the 5000U, it's the module 3495, which is the change up from the previous module, which is the 3159. If I'm not mistaken, these were released back in summer of 2021. So again, it's not a new watch on the market, and it's going to be known to most of you. So I think, let's just crack on with some specs. These ones weigh in at 74 grams on these stock straps. Let me get rid of the comfy cushion there. The specs in that sense, again, it's standard 48.9 by 42.8 by 13.5. That newish module, I'm going to call it newish because it's suggested that it's the same as the current Bluetooth module, but simply without that Bluetooth function. So a little bit of double counting there, but personally I'm okay with the Bluetooth element removed because I rarely use the Bluetooth on my other watches. So instant standouts that you can see from that module change as well. Then top right corner here, you can see that you can now set the date up here to make it Eurocentric, which helps us limeys out considerably. Just going to grab my MIPS 1 second. I just wanted to grab this one in because there's a suggestion also that there's a new, slightly improved LCD screen crystal on this one, but it isn't a MIPS. So on the GBD 200, whilst I think they've upgraded this one a little bit over the previous ones, it still really isn't the MIPS. And the MIPS for me is just, it speaks for itself. You don't need me to wax lyrical about how visible, clear, and amazing that dial display is. I'm wondering, maybe if in future iterations of the 5000s, as a premium G-Shock, they might consider, upgrading to that one. However, if we compare it, this is my old 5600. To me, the digits obviously then on the new 5000, they're just a little fuller, a little thicker, and a little darker. But again, maybe a slightly unfair comparison because this one now I think is around 5 years old. So yeah, maybe not entirely justified to compare the two of them. Another upgrade that we have is that the strap here is much more supple, softer. You can move it around, whereas you can see on the old ones, it's much stiffer. Again, that might just be about personal preference. As I say, I don't have an issue with that strap at all. But again, just to note that they have upgraded it and made it softer. Still comes with those same ventings on the inside there also though. But yeah, okay. But just while we're talking about the bracelets, the straps, I don't think I'm actually going to keep it on that one. Primary reason being is that a long time ago I bought a composite. The idea of buying this composite, I was actually going to use it on this one. But this is now the 5600 is my preferred DIY watch, or it's the watch I use when I'm cleaning the house. I didn't really, after a while, I didn't really think I wanted to get paint or bleach or cleaning materials all over this. So I've kept it, had it in a box, and not used it. And then when this came in, I thought to myself, do you know what? I think that would look absolutely perfect on that. So I'm going to swap this one out onto that one. And as I say, just leave this humble one on its strappage here, or I might even throw that softer strap on there. Yeah, we'll have to see what happens when I take it off. Yeah, anyway. Right, moving on. Where was I? What else did I want to say? Yeah, so as a premium G-Shock Square, again, you'll probably know that what you get is a full steel case body, which then extends all the way into the lugs. Yeah, absolutely brilliant. As opposed to, say, then the standards, where you get a full resin body, then just with a screw screwed in steel plate here. The obviously as well, then, as you can see, the this DLC just absolutely shines. It's lush, beautiful, brilliant. But obviously it's hidden when you wear it. So why couldn't they have just extended it and done the same thing on the buttons? And maybe then even on the buckle, they could have DLC'd that, really, really easily. But anyway, yeah, it might be just be me being a little bit picky. And yes, buttons. God, those damn buttons. These damn buttons for me are still too small. It's my biggest gripe on this one, on the 5600, and also on the 5610 that I had. It's fingernail operation. I guess the upside could be that you could argue that this isn't a watch that you're going to be doing a lot of button pressing on, and if it is, then you upgrade yourself to a different buttonage here. But again, just I think on a premium watch, that you think at the price that you pay, they could have offered something different. But then I guess they're just keeping them the same because it's that retro aspect, and yeah, it makes sense for them to keep it. But as I say, operationally, I find those buttons too small. As we can see on the back here as well, so upside down, these premiums then are made in Japan, which is going to be a bit of a box ticker for many, as the rumor mill suggests that made in China is becoming less and less attractive, specifically around the watches. Upside down. So obviously, as a tough solar, just at the bottom there, then you've got your bottom right, you've got your charge indicator. The light on the new module has an extension as well, that you can now view the light from 1 to 3 seconds, which I think helps as well massively. And obviously, being solar, that isn't going to be an issue. But the retro light, I think, is a little bit Marmite. I think many will love it, having that single bulb in the corner there, because it is very, very retro and does hark back to the original design. However, I think others will label it as inferior. And I think simply, to me, the light on the 5600 in comparison just simply works better. I sold my 5610, so I don't have it here to compare, unfortunately. Yeah, and if we compare I'll compare the GBD as well, just to give you an additional shot. It does come with the tilt option as well on this, which I kind of like, and the other couple of aspects in there with your time remaining visible, as well as you scroll through. So you're on your stopwatch. You still got the current time, although this is an hour late now. I need to update that. It hasn't received its signal yet. Yeah. So in conclusion, I'm thinking that this is more of a modern refresh than it is of an all-time classic, rather than Casio trying to sex it up with adding anything new to it. I think these squares are iconic in watch design, and as I said before, to many this is the one watch, the one design to rule them all. I think many of you perhaps will find solace in more technically advanced offerings. I mean, yeah, if you want something else which has got additional functions, they've got plenty of modern options. Step counters and your movements and your heartbeats and everything else and your Bluetooths. You've got those other options here. This is not what this one is about. You may also prefer Garmin's, because they've, again, they're technically much more advanced. But it is, of course, always personal choice. I think some may also challenge the supremacy of the 5000s by suggesting that the 5610 is better bang for your buck. And these things are not cheap. And I'm wondering if Casio couldn't drop the price, say, like $50, or at least maybe then give us maybe Sapphire up top. I mean, I got my 5600. I think I paid, what was it, £50 or something for this in the sale. I appreciate it's not solar and it's not multiband, but this one costs 3 times that price. And that's quite a lot of money, I think, for many people. And I think the great appeal of the squares is that they are very, very price sensitive. I mean, this one I think was just over 100 maximum. And yeah, you're getting quite a lot of bang for your buck in that. So this one, yes, it's probably a little bit niche, and it really is for those G-Shock lunatics out there, myself included. And that would probably lead me to say that if you've got the previous iteration of the 5000, then just keep it, because I think you don't need to upgrade. You've already got a superb watch. But if you've never owned a premium G-Shock Square, then I think this is going to tickle your tickly bits in a very pleasing manner. It's a keeper for me, and as I say, on that composite, I think it's going to work brilliantly. It also just fills that space in my collection. But over to you guys. What do you reckon? Do you think this is worth that premium price? For what you're getting with that steel body, the better materials, and a slightly modified screen display, unique attributes. Let us know what you think down below, guys. Really appreciate your comments on these things. And of course, until the next time or the next video, this is your host, Bombardier, signing off. Cheers, guys.